Welcome to my channel Valuable Rare Coins because, as you know, old is gold. Some of the rarest coins worth big money could be hiding in your hands right now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch till the end. Let's dive in. First, we uncover the story behind one of the most sought-after and incredibly valuable coins ever struck by the United States Mint, the legendary 1944 D. Lincoln Wheat Penny. Yes, you heard that right. This tiny copper coin, often found hiding in old jars, forgotten drawers, or dusty boxes, could be the key to unlocking a fortune. Now, you might be wondering, what could possibly make a simple 1-cent coin so desirable, so collectible, and so outrageously valuable? Well, the answer lies in its mysterious history, its fascinating errors, and the extremely rare minting variations that make it a true holy grail for coin collectors everywhere. This is not just a penny. This is a golden ticket for anyone lucky enough to recognize what they have in their hands. Let's start with the coin itself. The 1944 D. Lincoln Wheat Penny was minted in Denver, as indicated by the small D mint mark right beneath the date. It features the iconic image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side, a design crafted by Victor D. Brenner that first debuted in 1909 to celebrate Lincoln's 100th birthday. On the reverse, you'll find the classic wheat stalks design that earned these coins the name Wheat Penny. This was the last era before the Lincoln Memorial design took over in 1959, making these early cents even more desirable. But here's where things get truly exciting. Most 1944 pennies were struck in bronze, a copper alloy, and over 1 billion of them were made across all mints. However, the rarest and most valuable examples include a small handful of 1944 D pennies that were accidentally struck on a zinc-coated steel planchet, an error left over from 1943, when the U.S. Mint temporarily used steel instead of copper due to wartime shortages. These error coins are considered one of the rarest mint mistakes in American coin history, and they're worth every bit of the hype surrounding them. Imagine this. Only a few of these steel planchet errors have ever been authenticated by major grading agencies like PCGS and NGC, and they almost never show up in public. But when they do, the bidding wars explode. These are the coins that every serious collector dreams of finding, the once-in-a-lifetime mistake that could be hiding right in your collection without you even knowing it. So, how do you identify one of these ultra-rare 1944 D steel pennies? Start by checking the weight. A normal 1944 D penny made of bronze weighs about 3.11 grams, while the rare steel version weighs approximately 2.7 grams. The steel coins also have a distinctive silver-gray color and are attracted to a magnet, unlike the standard bronze ones. If your 1944 D penny sticks to a magnet, stop everything and get that coin professionally appraised. It could change your life. What makes these coins so thrilling is not just their rarity, but also the rush of the hunt. Collectors love the mystery, the chase, the sheer possibility that the next coin they examine could be a jackpot. These aren't just pieces of metal, they're pieces of history, and in the case of the 1944 D steel cent, that history is worth more than just sentiment. In recent years, we've seen some jaw-dropping auction results for these coins. One incredibly well-preserved 1944 D steel Lincoln penny sold for a record-breaking $98,000. Yes, you heard that right. $98,000 for a single penny. That's the kind of life-changing value we're talking about here. Imagine turning 1 cent into nearly 100 grand. What a story that would be. These coins continue to rise in demand as more collectors enter the hobby and hunt for these rare varieties. With so few known examples in existence, the 1944 D steel cent has become a crown jewel for collectors across the globe. Its combination of historical error, visual uniqueness, and financial potential makes it one of the most thrilling finds in all of coin collecting. If you've got old coins lying around, especially wheat pennies from the 1940s, do not overlook them. Take a closer look at your 1944 D pennies. Test them with a magnet. Weigh them if you can. And if anything looks suspicious or unusual, have it professionally examined. You might just be holding one of the rarest coins in U.S. history without even realizing it. We want to hear from you. Have you ever found a 1944 D penny in your collection? Have you come across a coin that looks different or might be magnetic? Drop a comment below and share your story. We love hearing from fellow collectors, and who knows, your coin might just be the next big discovery. Second rare coin. We're taking you on an exciting journey back in time to uncover the secrets of one of the most thrilling and overlooked treasures in American coinage, the 1939 United States Lincoln Wheat penny. This isn't just a 1-cent piece, it's a tiny slice of history that could be worth a fortune. So if you're into rare coins, valuable errors, or just love the idea of hidden treasure, stay with us, because you might just discover that your old penny jar holds something truly incredible. The 1939 Lincoln Wheat penny was minted at a time when the world was on the edge of massive change. The Great Depression was still lingering in the shadows, and World War II was beginning to stir overseas. Yet here in the United States, everyday life carried on, and millions of Americans used pennies like these in their daily transactions. What makes the 1939 wheat penny so special is that, while many were made, only a few survived in extraordinary condition, and even fewer were struck with rare mint errors that make them nearly priceless today. This coin, designed by Victor D. Brenner, features the classic image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side. With sharp facial details and elegant simplicity, this portrait has become one of the most iconic in American coin history. On the reverse, the coin carries the signature wheat ears on each side, symbolizing prosperity and unity, an image that collectors have come to cherish deeply. The overall design is clean, bold, and unmistakably vintage, giving this coin its undeniable charm and collector appeal. But let's get to what really makes the 1939 penny explode in value. Those rare minting errors and variations that turn ordinary cents into extraordinary collectibles. One of the most sought-after versions of this coin includes the rare double die obverse. This error happens when the die used to strike the coin shifts slightly between impressions, creating a shadow-like doubling effect on the date, the word liberty, or even the famous phrase, "In God We Trust." These double die coins are highly valuable because they are incredibly difficult to find and often go unnoticed by the average collector. Another valuable variant is the 1939 Lincoln Wheat penny struck on the wrong planchet. Yes, it's true. Some examples have been found struck on silver dime planchets or foreign coin blanks, creating an unusual weight and coloration that immediately sets them apart from standard copper cents. If you spot a 1939 penny that seems off in color or weight, don't dismiss it, test it, and have it authenticated. You could be looking at a once-in-a-lifetime coin. Collectors are also on the lookout for high-grade 1939 wheat pennies with full, sharp details and brilliant luster. Coins that have been perfectly preserved for over 8 decades are extremely rare. Most were worn down through years of use, so finding one in pristine, mint-state condition is like finding a time capsule from 1939. These top-grade coins command premium prices at auctions and are in high demand among advanced collectors who are always chasing quality and rarity. In recent years, some absolutely stunning examples of the 1939 Lincoln Wheat penny have gone under the hammer at major auction houses, setting new records and drawing global attention from the numismatic community. With the right combination of rarity, error, and condition, these pennies are no longer just pocket change. They are investment-grade collectibles that serious collectors are willing to pay big money for. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. How much could one of these elusive 1939 Lincoln Wheat pennies actually be worth? Well, buckle up, because one of the rarest error specimens in exceptional mint condition recently made headlines when it sold for a jaw-dropping $120,000. Yes, you heard that right, $120,000 for a 1-cent coin. That's the kind of treasure that changes lives, and it could be hiding in plain sight in someone's collection right now. This incredible value is not just a fluke, it's a reflection of the growing interest in rare coins, the limited number of high-quality examples, and the sheer thrill of owning a piece of history that carries both beauty and value. The 1939 wheat penny is a standout in the numismatic world, and every collector should be on the hunt for it. So now it's your turn. Go check your coin collections, your old jars, your drawers, or even those inherited boxes from grandparents. Look for 1939 wheat pennies with doubling, odd planchets, or that perfect uncirculated shine. You never know, you could be holding a treasure worth six figures in your very hands, and we want to hear from you. Have you ever come across a 1939 Lincoln penny? Maybe you found one that looks different or shows signs of doubling. Drop a comment below and share your story with our growing community of collectors. Whether you're new to the hobby or a seasoned pro, your discoveries and questions are what keep this amazing world of coin collecting alive. Third expensive coin. We're diving into the story of one of the most overlooked yet incredibly fascinating coins in American history, the 1947 Lincoln Wheat Penny. You might have a few of these sitting unnoticed in a coin jar or an old family drawer, but what you may not know is that one of these seemingly ordinary 1-cent coins could be hiding a secret that makes it worth a staggering fortune. Get ready to discover the rich history, the hidden errors, and the rare features that could turn your humble penny into a valuable collector's dream. The year 1947 was a pivotal time in the United States. The world had just emerged from World War II, and the country was rebuilding, innovating, and moving into a new era of prosperity. While many Americans were focused on starting fresh, the U.S. Mint continued striking the beloved Lincoln Wheat Penny, a coin that had already become a staple in American pockets since 1909. The 1947 penny, with its bold portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and its classic wheat stalks on the reverse, is not only a beautiful coin but also a powerful symbol of post-war America's strength and resilience. But what makes the 1947 wheat penny so incredibly valuable to collectors isn't just its history, it's the rare and spectacular minting errors that appeared during this production year. Some of these pennies were struck with double dies, a minting mistake where the design is imprinted twice, slightly off from the first strike. This creates a stunning and unmistakable visual doubling on the date, letters, or Liberty, features that collectors go wild for. These double die varieties are rare, and when found in excellent condition, they can send the value of the coin skyrocketing. Another extraordinary error found in some 1947 pennies is the off-center strike. This occurs when the coin blank isn't perfectly aligned within the press, leading to a misaligned design. Depending on how far off the strike is, the value can increase significantly, especially when combined with full visible details. Coins with visible mint marks and complete dates, even when struck off-center, are highly desirable and frequently sought after in the numismatic market. A particularly mysterious variety includes a few 1947 pennies that were struck on the wrong metal planchet. While the standard composition was 95% copper and 5% zinc, some rare examples have been discovered on planchets intended for foreign coins or other U.S. denominations. These off-metal errors are extremely rare and often go unnoticed by casual collectors. But if you have a penny that looks a little different in color, weight, or sound when dropped, it could be a major clue that you're holding something incredibly valuable. Collectors are especially drawn to 1947 pennies in mint state condition. Those that have never entered circulation, retaining their original luster, sharp details, and pristine surfaces. These uncirculated coins are rare simply because most pennies were used in everyday transactions, worn down over decades of handling. Finding a high-grade 1947 wheat penny is like uncovering a time capsule, perfectly preserved for over 75 years. What's exciting is that these coins are still out there. They're in old family collections, tucked away in attic boxes, hidden in coin albums from grandparents, or even mixed into rolls of pennies waiting to be searched. Every time a collector finds a 1947 penny, there's the possibility, no matter how small, that it could be one of these rare, valuable varieties. And that's the thrill of this hobby. In recent years, some of the rarest 1947 Lincoln Wheat pennies with minting errors and top condition grades have made headlines at auctions. Expert collectors and investors are constantly on the lookout for these coins, and prices continue to rise due to increasing demand and dwindling supply. These aren't just coins, they're collectible assets with historical and financial value that can be passed down through generations. Now, the moment you've been waiting for, the big reveal. Just how much can a 1947 Lincoln Wheat penny be worth if it has the right combination of rarity, condition, and error? Believe it or not, one of these extraordinary coins recently shocked the numismatic world by selling for a jaw-dropping $100,000. That's right, $100,000 for a 1-cent coin. This is why coin collecting is more than just a hobby. It's a treasure hunt. A single penny, one that most people wouldn't think twice about, could end up being worth more than a luxury car or even a house. If you've got a collection or stumble upon a 1947 wheat penny, take a moment to look at it closely. Check for doubling. Examine the alignment. Weigh it if you can. And if anything looks unusual, don't hesitate to get it professionally graded and authenticated. It could be your golden ticket. We'd love to hear your stories. Have you ever come across a 1947 penny that seemed a little different? Maybe you have one in your collection right now and never thought to look at it closely. Drop a comment below and share your experience. Your coin could be the next big discovery in the world of rare US coins. Especially, we're diving into one of the most fascinating, sought-after, and potentially valuable coins in United States history, the Lincoln Wheat Penny from 1954 with the D mint mark, minted in Denver. This coin is more than just a piece of copper. It's a slice of American history, a relic of a post-war era where the economy was booming and the country was full of optimism. The 1954 D. Lincoln Wheat Penny is part of a beloved series that ran from 1909 to 1958, known for its simple yet iconic design featuring Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and those signature wheat ears on the reverse. For collectors, the Wheat Penny series is a classic, and certain dates and mint marks can command serious attention, especially when rare errors are involved. Now, what makes the 1954 D. Lincoln Penny stand out from the rest of the wheat pennies? While this coin had a large mintage, over 251 million struck at the Denver Mint, only a tiny fraction have the unique traits that send collectors into a frenzy. These traits come in the form of incredibly rare and valuable mint errors that transform this humble 1-cent coin into a numismatic goldmine. And yes, these errors are real. They've been documented, and they've been auctioned for staggering amounts. Let's talk about what to look for. One of the most highly prized varieties of the 1954 D penny includes double die errors, especially on the obverse side. A true double die can be spotted when the lettering, like Liberty, In God We Trust, or the date 1954 appears to have a shadow or doubling effect when examined under magnification. This isn't just a visual trick. It's a genuine minting anomaly caused when the die strikes the planchet more than once, out of alignment. These coins are incredibly rare, and collectors pay top dollar to get their hands on them. Another highly collectible error on this coin is the repunched mint mark, also known as an RPM. This happens when the D mint mark was accidentally punched more than once in slightly different positions, creating a shadowy or doubled mint mark effect. Some 1954 D RPM varieties show extremely visible doubling under even slight magnification, making them easier to identify for sharp-eyed collectors. These aren't just cool errors. They're documented varieties listed in coin guides and sought after in the market. There are also reports of off-center strikes, die cracks, and even planchet errors that have occurred on some 1954 D pennies. Coins that show these mistakes while still maintaining strong detail and luster can skyrocket in value because they represent a unique piece of the mint's history, an error that somehow slipped through the rigorous quality control and ended up in circulation. These are the kinds of mistakes collectors love because each one is a one-of-a-kind anomaly, adding layers of personality and historical interest to an already iconic coin. So, how can you assess if your 1954 D penny is valuable? First, examine it under a coin loupe or magnifying glass to look for doubling in the date or lettering. Check that D mint mark closely. Does it look like it was punched twice? Look at the edges of the coin and its centering. An off-center strike is usually obvious. And finally, observe the coin's overall condition. Coins that are uncirculated or still have original red coloring from the copper alloy are far more valuable than those worn down over time. A coin grading service like PCGS or NGC can officially authenticate your coin and assign it a grade, which can dramatically affect its market value. Collectors around the world are constantly on the lookout for this coin, especially in high-grade or error varieties. Recent sales at auctions have proven just how much demand there is for the 1954 D penny when it shows even the slightest error or anomaly. These aren't just theoretical values. We've seen coins with strong doubling or crisp RPMs go for thousands at reputable auction houses, and the market continues to heat up as more collectors enter the hobby and hunt for rare wheat pennies. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. Are you ready to hear just how much one of these coins could be worth? A verified, mint condition, error-rich 1954 D. Lincoln wheat penny has been documented to sell for as much as $70,000 at auction. That's right, just one tiny cent, forgotten in a drawer or stashed in a box, could be worth $70,000 if it has the right combination of rarity, condition, and error. Next coin, spotlight is shining brightly on a coin that might seem common at first glance, but don't let its modest appearance fool you. This little copper gem could be worth a small fortune if you know what to look for. We're talking about the legendary United States Lincoln wheat penny from the year 1957 with the D mint mark, and believe me, this coin has some secrets worth uncovering. The 1957 D. Lincoln wheat penny might be one of the last coins in the iconic wheat series before the shift to the Lincoln Memorial design in 1959, but don't think for a second that makes it any less exciting. Minted in Denver during a time when America was booming with growth, innovation, and optimism, this 1-cent piece carries more than just monetary value. It carries a story, a legacy, and, in some rare cases, a collector's jackpot. This penny represents the tail end of an era, and for that reason alone, it commands attention from serious numismatists around the world. Now, you might be wondering, with over 1 billion of these coins minted in 1957, what makes the 1957 D wheat penny so special? The answer is all about errors, rarity, and condition. While the Denver Mint struck these coins in massive quantities, a small number of them came out with incredible mint errors and die varieties that are extremely rare and extremely valuable. These coins didn't go through normal circulation unnoticed. They were pulled from change, stored away by collectors, or overlooked entirely for decades until their true value was discovered. One of the most exciting features that makes certain 1957 D pennies highly valuable is the double die obverse, a type of error that occurs when the die strikes the coin more than once, but misaligns slightly between strikes. This creates a clear doubling effect on the lettering and sometimes on the date as well. Look closely at the words "Liberty, in God We Trust," and the numbers in 1957. If you see ghosting, doubling, or overlapping impressions, you might be holding something incredibly rare. These aren't visual tricks. These are legitimate minting errors that have sold for top dollar in the collector's market. Another error variety that commands massive attention is the repunched mint mark, known as an RPM. This happens when the Denver D mint mark was punched more than once into the die, but not perfectly aligned. It creates a shadowed or layered appearance on the D that's visible under magnification. Some RPMs are subtle, while others are dramatic and very collectible. Error enthusiasts and specialists seek these coins out relentlessly because they're not only rare, they also tell a deeper story about how coins were made in the 1950s and the precision, or imperfection, of the minting process. Then there are other dramatic errors like off-center strikes, where the coin is not properly aligned when struck, leaving part of the design missing or shifted. Or you might come across a die crack, where a flaw in the mint die leaves raised lines or marks across the surface of the coin. These aren't damage, they're factory errors, and collectors absolutely love them because no two are exactly alike. Some planchet errors, such as clipped planchets or improper alloy mixtures, can also increase the value significantly if the coin is in excellent shape. Condition is everything when it comes to coins, and the 1957 D penny is no exception. While circulated coins are common, a coin that has been kept in uncirculated or mint state condition can dramatically increase in value, especially when combined with a rare error or variety. Coins that still have their original copper-red luster, sharp details, and no signs of wear are worth far more than those that have been rattling around in pockets and drawers for decades. That's why coin grading services like PCGS and NGC are so important. They help confirm the authenticity and quality of a coin, and they play a major role in setting its market value. The demand for rare wheat pennies, especially error coins from the 1950s, has surged in recent years. Collectors are digging through their old collections, coin rolls, and estate finds hoping to uncover one of these hidden treasures. And for good reason. These coins don't just hold numismatic value, they also carry historical charm and character that newer coins simply don't have. With the rising popularity of online coin auctions, some stunning specimens of the 1957 D. Lincoln Wheat penny with dramatic errors have caught the eye of top collectors and fetched eye-popping prices. And now, here's the part you've all been waiting for: the true potential value of this mighty little penny. Believe it or not, a verified mint condition 1957 D. Lincoln Wheat penny with a rare and dramatic mint error has been sold at auction for an astonishing $49,000. That's right, $49,000 for a coin you could easily overlook in a pile of old change. So if you've got a stash of old pennies lying around, don't ignore them, look closely, inspect every detail. And keep your eyes peeled for those magical traits that could turn an ordinary coin into a life-changing discovery. And if you think you've found something special, drop a comment below. We'd love to hear your story, help identify your coin, or just chat with fellow collectors who share the same passion for rare coins. Last unique coin. We're diving into a coin that has quietly captured the attention of the numismatic world, the 1946 Lincoln Wheat penny. At first glance, it might look like just another copper cent, but this coin holds much more than meets the eye. Whether you're new to collecting or a seasoned enthusiast, you'll want to pay close attention, because the secrets behind the 1946 Wheat penny could turn a simple find into an incredible payday. This coin comes from a fascinating period in American history, right after the end of World War II. The year 1946 marked a time of rebuilding, optimism, and change, and the coins minted during this era are reflections of that spirit. The Lincoln Wheat penny, already a symbol of American perseverance since 1909, continued to be struck with care and detail. But a small number of 1946 pennies left the mint with extraordinary features that make them highly sought after by collectors today. What makes the 1946 Lincoln penny truly special isn't just its age. It's the presence of rare mint errors and special characteristics that are hiding in plain sight. While millions of these pennies were struck at Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, only a tiny fraction display the kinds of errors that make them incredibly valuable. These coins don't just excite collectors, they ignite bidding wars at auctions, and it's easy to see why once you understand what to look for. One of the rarest and most desirable features to find on a 1946 Wheat penny is a double die obverse, where parts of the design appear doubled due to a misalignment in the minting process. If you examine the date 1946, the words "Liberty" or "In God We Trust," and notice any doubling or ghost-like shadowing of the letters and numbers, you could be staring at a true minting error that skyrockets the coin's value. This doubling happens during die creation and is an authentic error, not damage or wear, and it has collectors scrambling to add these rare pieces to their collections. Another exciting error that appears on some 1946 pennies is the repunched mint mark, especially on coins minted in Denver or San Francisco. When a mint mark is applied more than once in slightly different positions, it leaves a visible doubling or shadow that can be easily seen under magnification. These RPMs, or repunched mint marks, are well documented and listed in coin reference guides, making them verifiable treasures that are highly prized by serious numismatists. Even more intriguing are the coins that feature off-center strikes, die cracks, or lamination errors, each of which adds a unique fingerprint to the coin. An off-center strike will make the entire design appear shifted, leaving blank space on part of the coin's surface. Die cracks result in raised lines on the coin, caused by fractures in the die that struck the coin. Lamination errors can cause flakes or peels on the surface of the coin, a rare result of imperfect metal alloys. Each of these flaws, when found on a 1946 penny in solid condition, increases both its value and its appeal to collectors who love error coins. But it's not just the errors that matter, condition is king in the world of coin collecting. A 1946 wheat penny that has been kept in pristine, uncirculated condition is worth significantly more than one that's been in pockets and drawers for decades. Collectors especially value coins that still have their original red copper luster, These are labeled as red coins by grading companies and are far more valuable than brown or worn-out examples. Getting your coin professionally graded by PCGS or NGC is a smart move if you suspect you have something rare, as it validates the condition and confirms the presence of any significant error. The collector market for Lincoln Wheat pennies is hotter than ever, and the 1946 edition has proven time and again that it's a coin to watch. There have been incredible auction sales where seemingly ordinary pennies revealed rare characteristics and fetched unbelievable prices. Collectors from all over the world are hunting for this exact year, hoping to find those unique minting flaws that turn a 1-cent coin into a museum-worthy piece of history. And yes, these sales are real and backed by verifiable auction records from trusted numismatic houses. And now, the part you've been waiting for. You're probably asking yourself, just how valuable can a 1946 Lincoln Wheat penny really be? Well, brace yourself, because if you've got a mint-condition 1946 wheat penny with the right combination of rarity and mint error, it could be worth as much as $40,000. That's right, $40,000 for a single penny that might be hiding in a drawer, a coin jar, or even in your pocket change. So, what are you waiting for? Go check your old coin rolls, family heirlooms, and childhood piggy banks. Your next big find might be waiting right under your nose. If you think you've come across something special, leave us a comment below. We'd love to hear about your discoveries and help you figure out what you've got. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a rare coin spotlight or valuable coin tip. Thanks for watching, and remember, every coin has a story. But some tell a story worth $40,000. Happy collecting and good luck on your treasure hunt!